What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on SpotemGottem getting smashed by the Bloods in Florida State Prison.
Man, watch out, fool. Shut up.
When it comes to sliding on
what
ops,
you mean? Like,
well,
you mean that they really took that nigga manhood in that, fool? Hey, y'all think you real gangster, huh? Then go to prison, nigga. Hold on, fool.
SpotemGottem wasn't doing any of that, but they was definitely doing it to him. The rapper blew up with his 2020 song Beatbox that turned into a TikTok sensation. A year later, he got fired up in a Miami drive-by and luckily survived being shot 5 times. A year after that, his rap career would be shot down after it was exposed by yours truly that he snitched on his fellow gang member, YNR Mookie. YNR Mookie exited the apartment followed by Nehemiah Harden, who's more commonly known as Jacksonville rapper SpotemGottem. Both men were detained as an officer conducted a search of the residence. In the bathroom, a 9mm Glock and 9mm Springfield XDS were found fully loaded, each equipped with an extended magazine and a round in the chamber. With the search of the apartment concluded, Mookie was ready.
They don't even remember about them days, bro. Like, bro, when Florida was really popping for, I ain't gonna lie, YNR Mookie and Slugger, fool, I ain't gonna lie, fool. That was probably the first motherfucker, and fucking Spotem a few because of that beatbox song, and then motherfucking Folio. You feel me? Like, them three right there was going OC, I'm telling you, bro. But YNR Mookie, I ain't gonna lie, for that nigga right there, crazy, for $3.
His Miranda rights and invoked his right to remain silent. So Mookie invoked his right to remain silent. He didn't want to say nothing. SpotemGottem was then read his Miranda rights and provided the following statement. Spotem said he arrived at the house at 9 p.m., stating he was sleeping on the couch when the police lights shined through the window. At that time, Spotem said Mookie began pacing in the living room saying, "Dang, man, the crackers are here." Spotem asked Mookie why he was freaking out, and Spotem told officers Mookie just kept repeating, "Dang, man, dang, man." Spotem stated he then observed Mookie walk into his bedroom and then walked out with items in his hand and a t-shirt covering them. Officers asked Spotem if he had any guess to what Mookie was carrying in his t-shirt, and Spotem said, "A pole." And so, I mean, this is the thing, right? The police are asking, what do they think he had? And, you know, SpotemGottem says guns.
I feel like he did that. That nigga said, like, oh, there's so much shit around here. The only thing I'm finna get caught with is my pole, my gun, my pipe. But I ain't gonna be the only thing he gonna snitch on.
I mean,
whoa.
It's like you're basically putting the guns in your homie's hands. You know what I'm saying? You're literally confirming that they were his, and then they found them in the location that you told them they would be in. I asked Harden if he had to guess what Jackson was carrying in his shirt. Harden said a pole. I asked Harden if he had used the bathroom since he was at the residence tonight, and he stated he did early in the evening. Harden stated the toilet flushed properly, which made him believe there was nothing in the water tank of the toilet. Harden stated Jackson was the only one to enter the bathroom prior to police arrival. Remember, that's where they found the gun. So you basically told on your boy. With Spotem's reputation getting smoked online, Lil Durk would go as far as sending him back the $100,000 Spotem paid for a feature.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
TikTok-driven one-hit wonder, none of his releases would exceed beatbox and views, and the music began to slow down. Spotem was now making headlines for his arrests. A parking attendee was standing on business, telling Spotem and his 4-car entourage they need to pay the $80 parking fee. That's when the rapper pointed a gun with a green laser at him before telling him, "You know what it is," and fleeing the scene.
Like I said, bro, I ain't paying that fucking ticket, nigga, bro. Just pay that fucking ticket. What was it, like $75, $150 or some shit, man? You're a rapper, man. You got less than $200 on your pockets right now. Just go ahead and get that little Parking ticket, man.
To be arrested for trying to flee police
on
a
bear?
jet ski, and again for a high-speed chase in a Corvette which crashed.
Right,
officers recovered a Glock with a switch and found SpotemGottem hiding in a shed. Fast forward to August 30th, 2024, SpotemGottem will be sentenced to 3 years, 8 months, and 19 days in Florida State Prison. The internet began speculating if SpotemGottem would last, knowing he stands a whopping 5'4". And truth be told, it seems like SpotemGottem was ready to find out. On September 20th, 2024, SpotemGottem would enter the Florida Department of Corrections, and only 1 month later he DM'd me saying, "All my brothers murder. I put on for this shit. I'm G."
Yo, Charlie kid. Who your big homie? I know your little ass. I ain't going no 31. All my brothers mother put up for that shit. G on my homies.
I don't know, fool.
With all the homies, I got the blanket wrapped around me, and once my brother Mookie come home, all the fool-ass allegations gonna be over with. I see you, homie, though. So to translate, SpotemGottem's been claiming sex, money, murder for years. He's always throwing up B's, whatever. And he's basically saying he's with all the bros. He's with all the bloods. He's good. They got the blanket around him, meaning he's welcome. And he's saying YNR Mookie is going to clear his name when he comes home, as if we all can't read the paperwork for ourselves. You know, YNR Mookie, that was your boy. He can forgive you, but the paperwork is the paperwork, and you can't change that. Pictures would even make their way to the blogs of SpotemGottem in cells or in the bathroom, showing not only was he in prison, but he was in general population. Unfortunately, the shit didn't last long. A Florida blogger / TikToker from Madison County named DG Did It would post to Instagram a conversation with a current prisoner who not only witnessed SpotemGottem get smashed off the pound, he ordered the hit.
So what the situation was, okay, you know you got these rat allegations on you. You got that you know that's blood, but he ended up getting in trouble because trying to bring him home money-wise, you feel me, trying to capitalize. So food go to trying to be...
See, in prison, food, that money and shit, fame and shit, you gotta go, that shit out the window, man. We all human, we all men at that time. I ain't never been to jail before. One time, got out, but nigga, I ain't never been, you know what I'm saying? I never did a day, a week and shit like that, you feel me? But I ain't gonna lie, folks. If you stand on that shit, stand on that shit, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Blood, so but before they got to the camp, the homies had already told him he can't beat blood. So he tried to be west side, then he tried to be east side, then he tried to be Valentine.
Why would he just be
held? He
held?
tried to jump in these different hoods, but I had already stamped, you can't beat blood. There's no rat, that's our laws. There's rules to this shit, you get what I'm saying? Long story short, bring him home one-on-one, boom. The nigga who bring him home, we had a meeting with him, tell him that's a dub, he can't be homie. So he boot up on one of the homies, okay, that poster brought him home, he ended up getting blowed, boom, the homie shoot him. Just out of disrespect that you trying to bring a rat home, so you really saying fuck blood, ain't nothing bigger than this beat. So then a little fool go to talking Spotey about, you know, how he living on the streets, whatever, to one of the bros. But at the same time, being that you was stamped as a dub and you can't be blood and you allowed him to bring you home anywhere, now you just show major disrespect to the nation. So we gave them boys like 24 hours to get them off the compound. And shit, it wasn't happening. Okay, boom, fool ended up checking him in. I guess somebody ended up calling his old girl, so his old girl called up here, they put him in a box. So Lil Gangsta, I ain't gonna lie, Lil Gangsta signed a waiver saying he don't want to leave the compound. You know, he want to stay on the pound, so he signed a waiver saying that if anything happened to him, they're responsible, they let him back on the pound. So now me and the bros are looking like, my bad, but me and the bros looking like, that's a dub, fool got to go. So they ended up, Nation ended up stamping him as a plea. You feel me? So they ended up saying that he was a celebrity. So when they become a celebrity, meaning sight, you feel me? You get what I'm saying? So when the homies get called to perform, nobody couldn't catch him because he wouldn't leave the dorm. You get what I'm saying? And then the officers, they not green, so they got whiff for everything. So every time he moved, they would move with him. So you know, me being who I am, you feel me? I'm walking with the homies like, yo, y'all making us look bad.
Hey, get your motherfucking Darth Vader voice looking ass nigga. Your ass look like the nigga that's on side of the motherfucking the mask of that shit, nigga. Like, look how you talk, but like, for the people who just be cool and do your thing, like, get your money, folks. Like, your ass don't need to be around a whole bunch of nations and shit like that. Like you just hear the way this shit talk and shit. Like, that's how this shit go. But I ain't gonna lie, your ass don't need to be around a big ass crowd, bro. Just get your money. You know what I'm saying? Be low key. Just chill, folks. I ain't gonna lie, bro. No. Politics. That's one, like, if you're not in them bitches, bro, don't even start, bro. But politics, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Like when it's a who that on the play, if it's a play, he got to get off the compound. And then guess what? That compound go to looking like they not standing on business. So long story short, it was orchestrated, put the play in what it was, so he ended up getting out of confinement. When he ended up getting out of confinement now, he got to go to pick up his property. So when he was going to get his property, they had already orchestrated the play like this the best time to get him because he don't go to work. So we thinking it's gonna be sweet, but everything moving funny on the compound because like they know what's up. So he had a lady, an older officer following him. Well, she wasn't following him, my bad. He was walking over there, and it's like, while we about to get him, you get what I'm saying? The lady just called him out the blue, like, hey, spot him. He turn around, he go holler.
Bro, ain't that in the fucking county phone or something like that? Bro, they can hear this shit. This is an interview. They hearing to this shit you talking about, bro. Alright.
I'm like, damn, that looking funny, cause you know I'm not there to shoot, I'm really just there to make sure nothing gonna go wrong. So she walked back with him, but she put like a little 20 feet gap between her and him, so ain't nothing else to say. The homie pulled up on him, shot him in his face and his neck, pop, blowed him. He ran across the glass towards where the lady was, so she like, you feel me, what's going on? Like, what's going on? He wasn't saying that at first, and then she see the blood leaking. He pointed back, talking about, oh, some same rat shit, oh, nigga over there. So I'm looking like, man, bitch, he pointing at me and my dog, like, you feel me? But the nigga who shot him already gone, you feel me? No face, no case, so, like, it wasn't on camera, it was in a blind spot, so he ended up getting gone, you feel me? But yeah, that's the whole situation with him transferring, bro. And everywhere he land at, it's gonna be a problem, you know what I'm saying?
Now, SpotemGottem, or at least someone using his page,
I just
would go as
lost
far
so
as
many
commenting on
brain
DG
cells,
did its
bro. I
video
ain't
saying
gonna
cap. So I requested the paperwork, and it's far from cap. In Florida State Prison, there is no such thing as PC, otherwise known as protective custody. Instead, it has another name, PM, or protective management. Florida doesn't offer PC yards like California or other states. Instead, they just put you in confinement, send you to a different prison until you get stabbed again, or send you to a prison that offers protective management units, aka PC dorms. Well, on June 6, 2025, inmate Nehemiah Harden, aka SpotemGottem, would have a protective management interview with an officer. Spotem would complete a DC 6-112C, which is a witness statement form, but signed Section 3, a voluntary refusal to make a statement. The review would state Spotem was at the property line when he was assaulted by an unknown inmate. The details would be redacted, and Spotem would be placed in confinement pending protective management. So the story of Spotem being attacked in the property line appears to be true. I'd also get a copy of the incident report stating the same thing. It would also say Spotem would be known as a rapper, and they recommend placing him in a PM unit. So while Spotem allegedly signed a waiver thinking he was good in general population, he immediately got smashed off the pound and placed in a protective management before being transferred away. Now, the way they did this was essentially perfect, because when you get out of confinement, everybody knows you have to go to property. You have to go grab all your stuff that's basically been stored in there while you've been in confinement, and you don't have access to anything. You don't have a weapon, you don't have nothing. You go to property, then you go to the dorm, and you're brand new in the dorm, so you still gotta try to get something. They caught him at property, which means he must have been out of confinement for like an hour or something before they popped him. And it sounds like he got slashed. The way it was described, if he got hit with a lock, they would have said he got fired up. They said he got blowed. That's either stabbed or slashed. It would make sense. They hit him on the face, they hit him on the neck. He went running, they saw the blood, and dude that did it obviously hauled ass, threw the weapon, whatever. But they knocked him off the pound ASAP. And the reason being was, if you pay attention to the story that was told, there was a blood who wanted Spotem to be a blood so that he could extort him, so he could be cool with him for the money. And he brought him home in a one-on-one. Meaning they got in a cell and most likely pretended to fight, and he was like, yeah, homie, you blood, just make sure that money comes through. So they popped the dude that did that made him a blood, and then they popped him just because. Now, this whole situation is ironic, being how the internet was just up in flames about Boosie saying Kodak Black was PC in the feds. Young Thug would defend Kodak, saying he was smart for being PC. And well, this is a clear-cut example of what happens when you're no good on the yard and you decide to walk it. You either fire off and get yourself removed, or you fall victim. Now, the Bloods have made it clear he's a plate as heard on the audio, meaning any compound he hits with Bloods, they are expected to remove him. But SpotemGottem is clearly trying to stay ahead of the game, so he joined the Muslims. The one group that will accept any gang reject in Florida State Prison, defend them, protect them, etc. Honeycomb Brazy even spoke out on rappers debating PC, saying, hell nah, I ain't going to no PC. I don't give a damn if someone got a gun in the dorm. Boy, that's hard over there in PC. 23 hours a day on lockdown. You can't do nothing but be Muslim when you come home. Well, now, SpotemGottem is Abdul Latif, and he's been transferred to Moorhaven Correctional, a private prison that only houses medium, minimum, and
See, I ain't gonna
custody.
say nothing about the Muslims and shit like that. You feel me? I ain't gonna bash on nobody's religion and stuff like that, dog. I'm still looking for my way. You know what I'm saying? My way around this matrix and shit, man, But, feel me, bro? At the end of the day, bro, it's all about you. At the end of the day, when you gonna look around, one day it's gonna be you gonna look around, and you ain't gonna be nobody else but you. Gonna be nobody else but yourself, dog. So, I feel like, dog, he obviously did the Muslim shit for it. You know what I'm saying? Should have just never started the shit. You should have never even, you just could have been a cool ass rapper, like, you know what I'm saying? FB Duck was rapping and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really doing shit like that, but he a cool ass rapper, you feel me? Like, come on, Chief Keef. No, man, but, shit. I ain't even heard shit from goddamn SpotemGottem since, like, how long has it been? When was the last time y'all heard from, bro? It wouldn't have been. I ain't heard a song from that nigga from like 2019, 2022, bro. I don't know. 2019, bro. That's probably the last song I heard from your ass. I ain't gonna lie.
Levels. Now, the highest custody level you can have in Florida State Prison in general population is closed custody. And the fact that they aren't even allowed there, I'd assume he's at a sweet private prison they deem safe enough for him, as he's no longer in confinement. SpotemGottem's current release date is set for January 2nd, 2027. So basically, he
got
got
another
popped.
year.
They transferred him.
He still got
They
some
put him
time.
somewhere sweet, private prison where they're gonna have the best canteen, and you know they probably got ACs in that motherfucker. The private prisons are way different than the state prisons, and yeah, I mean they flat out saying he's no good. The time that he DM'd me, he was probably confident because he was getting extorted by whoever. And then he hit another compound where they had morals, and they were like, nah, we're not letting that slide. We don't want the money. The money isn't good here. We're going to pop dude that told you were blood, and then we're going to pop you. And then we're going to send word to wherever you go to get you popped repeatedly until you leave here or die here, essentially. That's how prison works. There's a big network throughout the prison system where people are able to communicate from different compounds. Or you might go to one spot and then somebody that saw you get hit at the other spot goes there, tells them the story, and then they pop you there. And the only choice you have
never cycle, bro.
is to either pop on someone the second you get there and try to get you some respect to where they leave you alone, or you just keep falling victim to the situation. Now, he has, under a year left? Not a lot of time. It should fly by. He's going to come back home.
I'm gonna want to pop it off.
But this is the reality of prison. This is the reality of snitching. You know, like, no snitches really get dealt with on the streets. But in prison, yeah, you're more liable to get hit. And this is a clear example of that. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comments section. It's 1090 Jake.
I ain't gonna lie, fam.
I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me.
Like I told y'all, squad, y'all get up out of there. If you don't gotta be in there, don't go there, fam.